Like, I don't want to go audition as a guitar player. They're going to laugh, make fun of me, and I'm not going to get the job. My name is Adam Gaynor, and after selling 25 million records as a former original member of the band Matchbox 20, I decided to come to Hollywood and open an entertainment company called Creationville. I've shot reality TV sizzles, animation shorts, and even manufactured plush toys overseas. But when it was time to launch the company, I needed help. So I called in a few friends to help us all navigate Hollywood. This is Creationville.
I kind of think that my phone's going to die. That's the problem.
This is like not professional.
Not professional. This is Bush League.
Yeah, I would say, what is a Bush? By the way, where'd that come from?
Okay, so it was originally slang for the baseball teams below the minor league level.
Yeah, Bush League. Synchronization comes in 3, 2, 1. Oh my God. We are literally back. I am so excited to be back. Folks, you made it. You literally, I didn't think they were going to make 4 shows. I thought 3 and out.
Yeah.
Like it's like a count, like a wrestling thing. 1, 2, they're done.
Should we have an anniversary party?
10th. Yeah. We're having a giant, like we're going to invite all of our celebrity friends. Listen, we have people we know, but they won't show up.
Yeah, no.
I was going to call Adam Levine from Maroon 5.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you guys buds?
Nope.
Okay.
And he won't answer my... I'm not going to say anything bad about Adam because he's going to be on the show one day.
Absolutely.
I think like the 89th show, I'll get him on.
Yeah.
You know, they opened for us when nobody knew. By the way, I have a little tangent.
I was about to push the tangent music prior to you saying...
There is no... What tangent music? That's just coming from the stratosphere.
Yeah, I know.
So the deal about Adam Levine is they opened for us back in the arena days.
Oh, that's cool.
Before anyone knew him. And I'm proud to say, so when they left us this note, and it basically said,
we're going to crush you.
Dear Matchbox, thank you for the tour. It was 3 a.m. when we first met. Now it's back to good in the real world. It was like the sweetest note.
Oh.
They all signed it.
Yeah. And
nobody in the band kept it but me. Okay. I kept that note.
Where is that?
And then they were classy. Maroon 5 were classy. They all sent us their first platinum records.
Wow.
Because they said, like, you know, we're not, I would love to pretend we're responsible, but they wrote a really good first record.
Where do you keep that note?
I don't know. It's somewhere in the warehouse buried in an old box. But
this is tangent music again.
It's tangent music. This is the best. This tangent music.
This is me trying to rope you in subliminally.
Yeah, we're back. Welcome back to the show, guys. That's Adam from the past. It's a blast.
Move on.
Yeah, we're gonna move on. So, Randy, it's the 4th show, buddy.
Show number 4.
Show 4.
Woo!
Or in Spanish, that's cuatro. Do you know in French what that is?
Cat.
Yeah.
Meow.
Is that true?
Yes.
I don't know that.
Un, deux, trois, quatre.
Really? Yes. Did you just say I want a cat?
That did sound like I wanted.
Yeah, I don't think so. Hey, how's Igor doing? We got Igor on the show today. Yep, she's sleeping.
I don't know why you're calling her Igor.
Because if I say her name, she'll look up and she won't.
I bet you she won't. Go ahead.
All right. Hey, Monroe. Roby.
You got literally.
Look.
Okay.
Hey, Roby, I want to tell you something.
Okay.
That you're my best friend. And so glad you made the show today. And you know what? For those of you at home, Monroe's a custody poodle. We're going to get right... Okay,
Monroe.
you can lay down. No, don't confuse her. Igor's got to rest. So I got to call her Igor for the control room to put her camera on, because if I say her name, then she sits up and she thinks it's time to either poop, eat, or go home.
I love it.
So we're going to leave Igor alone for the rest of the show.
All right.
And Igor's a custody poodle. Let's just get this done.
Oh, you're jumping ahead.
I'm just going to go right to the custody poodle.
All right.
Explain Monroe.
Let me ask then. Why did you just call her a custody poodle? Obviously, you share custody with Monroe.
I do.
Explain.
Me and my ex share Monroe. We had her for 6 years together. Igor's so sweet right now. And basically we broke up like people do.
How long ago?
I don't know, Randy.
I'm telling you, people are texting me right now asking me.
Oh, weird. Yeah. Let's just say more than 4 or 5 or 6 or 3.
Well, that indicates how many years you've been sharing custody.
Okay. I think I've had her by 5 years.
Okay. It's a long
she's,
time.
you know what? She's
100.
She's 100 human years, so that means she's like 1,000 dog years.
You've got that backwards.
This is too long. Basically, Igor Cam. And basically, the bottom line is I share custody. I get her 7 to 10 days.
Right.
Love her to death.
And then a year later, another 7 years.
No, and then the ex gets her.
Right.
And we both love her so much that no one could live without her. And that was fair. It was the fair way to go.
Sweet.
So it's the 4th show. And I want to say that for the 4th show, it's a special show. It's not really special because that sounds arrogant. So what we're going to do is, for this show only, because 4 is my favorite number, I'm going to tell a little bit of my story. And by the way, you get the 8th show, the whole 8th show. Why?
Because 8 is my favorite number.
Right. So the 8th show, if you want to stop here, turn your cameras, your whatever those devices are, wait, what is 5 more weeks?
I'm saying
6, 4.
Yeah.
4 more weeks. My math is, that's why I was barely got out of school.
They could just quit their program right now.
So you're going to see the Randy show on 8. So again, go back to work and you can wait, or you're going to hear how I got into the band. You're going to hear how I try to motivate and inspire people, a little bit about Edgar Pingleton.
Because I'm going to ask you all those questions.
Did you prepare for today?
I did.
You
already took one of my questions out of order, which was Monroe, but that's okay. That's all right. We'll come back.
All right. This is show 4. It's the Adams story. Again, you could turn off the camera.
Well, we have for the Adams story, we usually prepare about 5 questions.
Yeah. Or 73.
One of which, several. And you've already answered my Monroe question. So I'm going to go back to the beginning.
Yeah.
And because inquiring minds want to know.
Yeah.
When did you know? Did you know? Did you even know? And when did you know?
Yeah.
What you wanted to do? What you wanted to be? What, was it music? Did you want to be? Because, I didn't want to be a musician when I was 4 or 5 or 6 or 7. How early did it start for you? Tell me about your childhood first, and how you came to what when did you know what you wanted to be?
Oh, man. At 3 years old, I wanted to be in the aerospace program.
Liar.
Okay, that's not true.
How old were you when you felt like, this is it? I know what's going on.
I think it's a 2-parter. When I was younger, my sister was playing guitar in the house. The reason I started playing guitar, she was getting way too much attention. It was freaking me out. Right. Everybody was Sherry this, Sherry that, and I'm crying in a corner, sad.
Just you and your sister? How many siblings?
Just me and sis.
Okay.
And I was like, I'm going to learn how to play this damn thing and get my family back. I
like that.
They were done.
So it was a competitive thing.
They left me
sibling rivalry.
Yeah, they left me in a 4. But my sister wasn't sibling rivalry. I was the one. She was James Taylor, Joni Mitchell. Right, she was doing her thing. And then I stole her guitar, went to the local school for classes, and basically started having fun and realizing, wow, this is like something that I was picking up fast. I was a horrible student.
And how old were you?
I can't even guess I would say between 8, 9, 10, or 11, and I'd say 9, 10, or 11.
That's super young to pick up a guitar.
Maybe 10.
And was your sister around the same age, or?
She was 3 years older than me ish.
All right. Okay.
And I just felt like the only day, fast forward into I was 13 years old, a year or 2 later, and the Eagles' Desperado album was on. An album. It's a disc. It's a piece of plastic, and you used to put it on this player with speakers.
Nobody knows what you're talking about.
You'd have to connect the speakers into a stereo system. It was a thing. And I was playing this song called Outlaw Man on the Eagles' Desperado album. And
it's a great album.
I just realized, like, wow, I think I sound like the record. And if you reverse the edit to that picture back as a kid, it's probably horrible. But I thought it was really good. And I'm like, I can do this. And that's the first moment. I can remember the moment where I was like, this might be my thing.
You were 12?
And I was like 12 years old because it was right before I moved from New York to Florida.
Okay, so now you've been doing this. You've been stealing your sister's guitar for a couple of years. Now you're 12. You're starting to realize this is a passion. This is something that you really connect with. Were your parents behind this? How did your family support you? Were they like, put the guitar down and go to law school? Like, how was it? Because you're at that age where you're about to become a teenager and choices have to be made.
Parents were so cool that they basically, as we were growing up in Florida, built me a paneled room so that I wouldn't play in the house. They made me like this air conditioning room called the meat locker, where it only had a high setting and the rest was broken. Amazing. So in Florida, you would go in there and almost die of refrigeration problems.
Right. Oh, that's super sweet. That's amazing.
And so they were very supportive.
Right.
I don't know that they knew that I wasn't gonna that I was gonna try to do this for the rest of my life.
Sure. Did Mom or Pops play an instrument? Cool. Did they play?
They did not. My dad had, my mom and dad had some musical ability, wanted to play a little bit and do their thing.
Yeah.
But, they were kind of like, just checking. That was a sniff. Did you see Monroe's sniff on the screen? Yeah, but they were super cool and very supportive people.
Okay, amazing. So now let's move forward.
Yeah.
Through high school, any high school bands, into college bands, how did that sort of play out?
It's a joke. And I know you're going to be mad at me.
Probably.
But I basically, I know what the problem is. Randy, I know what the problem is.
What is the problem? Oh, she's thirsty.
She's thirsty.
Yeah, she is.
Okay. Sorry.
So sweet.
It's a weird thing.
So,
wow, you're really thirsty.
Were you in a high school band?
I'm so sorry she's drinking.
It's okay.
Okay. All right, she's back. So I was only in like 2 cover bands, Crossfire and Fallout.
I loved all their song and have all their album.
So we were a garage band, and I was in a different band that I can't remember.
Right.
But we never played gigs. I played 2 gigs. One was a Battle of the Bands, and one was some other show. Ready?
Is she coming back to the... Oh. And so a couple of bands in school.
Yeah.
What about any odd jobs while you were doing that stuff? Any...
Just... Basically, I realized this is, for you kids at home, it's not cool to be a terrible student. I was a terrible student. There was a lot of pressure. I was always behind. I don't know. Today people throw around ADHD and all these problems. I actually think today I may have had some because school was a struggle. It was painful to try to function in school. And the only things I could deal with that I excelled at, a little science, and then there was art and music.
Sure.
And I just kind of I worked after school, while pay bills. I worked as a sports entertainment producer, love sports.
Right.
Best job in the world. Back in the day of satellite TV before the big cable thing.
Sure.
Back in the late 80s, early 90s, late 80s. And just weird jobs. So my first job was bussing tables in a Casoli's pizza place.
And I heard that you eventually actually got a job, sort of a side job in the industry, like you were working at a studio or something. What was that all about? How did you get that? What happened?
So there was a moment where Igor, yep, we're gonna do a little digging. We're gonna do a little digging. We're digging. We're trying to get to Australia.
Well, I had to make it right. Okay.
Yeah. So basically, I had to figure out a way. I was in South Florida, and this is lesson 1. By the way, I have to give lessons once in a while.
Do it.
So this lesson is about putting yourself in the right place. Because I was in South Florida in the day of the 80s and 90s. And the only thing that they had was like J-Lo was there, Miami Sound Machine.
Sure.
Diddy was there.
That was huge back then.
Yeah. But it was really hard for me to be a singer-songwriter and try to make a niche when there was no niche. It wasn't the Seattle sound. It wasn't this. It was like there was dance music and me. By the way, we're not going to talk about my first demo.
I have
I have hip hop. No, that's not the first demo.
Yeah, I have.
Oh wait, yeah.
So that might have been not. Go on.
That might not have been, but
maybe.
It sounds
like that would have been your.
That's
first
our
demo.
very. I love it. Can I hear that again?
Actually,
no.
That's
the first show I ever played. So back to the story. I'm all over the place. So. The idea was to put myself in a place where I could excel and figure this out. So I had a friend who was an engineer at a recording studio. I asked him if he can get me a job. And I met this lady, Criteria Recording Studio, by the way. Thank you so much.
Nice.
Margie Curry, Trevor Fletcher. Okay, so this kid, Mike Spring, and he was working as an assistant engineer.
What job did he get you? What did you end up
I said, can you get me a job? He introduces me to Margie. And I say, Margie, can I work there? She's like, she's tough, but we became really good friends. Right. But she's I feel like a New Yorker. I'm not even sure. I think so I could realize, oh my God, I'm in trouble. And then 3 weeks later, she's like, I got a reception job. You want it? And I'm like, night manager? No, reception. Night reception.
Really?
And I started answering phones. And I found myself in a studio, though, with like Collective Soul and REM and Julio Iglesias. And I'm like it's a place where everybody is.
Right.
And now I've put myself in a place to get to use studio downtime. So, you know, it's the mailroom theory.
That's key, though. That's key. That's amazing.
You want to be an agent in Hollywood? Go to the mailroom.
Right.
If your dad gets you a job in the mailroom, your uncle, you can get in, do it.
Sure,
because you're in the building.
And you're rubbing shoulders with people that you want to be like, and you want to aspire to be them. Yeah, sure.
And then one of my besties from there, Keith Rose, I'm giving all the props because these are the people that are like the first links to my success, and I'm so grateful. Okay. So Keith is recording with me till 6 in the morning after his sessions. I love you so much, Keith. Thank you very much. I went from the age of 22, 23, answering phones.
Right.
8 years go by and no breaks.
Really?
No, nothing.
Okay.
I'm still a glorified phone boy.
Because I'm hoping that you're going to bridge this gap for me, because I want to know how you went from answering phones in a studio at Criteria to getting the gig that everybody knows that you had. It's amazing gig in Matchbox. Like, so go on. Sorry to interrupt.
No, you did. Please.
Yeah.
I was talking. This is like a weird show because I'm just talking.
I love it.
And Monroe is
but I want to know how does that happen from that?
It's basically sacrificing your life to be in the right place. And it wasn't fun going out and meeting people and going, yeah, I'm a phone boy at the studio. And, you know, Lenny Kravitz is there. But I'm like, you know, it's cool. But you're a glorified phone boy making coffee for people. Right. And I was playing my guitar 8 years later. I have this mini nervous breakdown 3 months earlier, telling my mom, I'm like crazy. I'm 30 years old. Like, I honestly feel like I'm going to be successful. It's super weird to feel this way, yet I'm still answering phones. Right. And she's like, Adam, you know, you don't want to give up on your dream. If you give up on your dream now, when you're 50 years old, you're going to regret it your whole life. Right. Which I'm super grateful, Mom. God bless you up there watching. She tunes into our podcast.
Love it.
Thank you. Yep. After that, 3 months later, turns out the singer, engineer of Collective Soul, hear me noodling around in the studio, ask for a demo, a cassette. It's a piece of plastic. Right. A little piece of plastic.
No idea.
It's a cassette. Right. Tape. Right. It's a tape.
Like Scotch tape?
Yeah, and you put it in a machine. It's a cassette machine. Right. And player. And basically, they hear me. I get another call from the producer of Collective Soul. Sure. And now I have two things on the table. One is a guy wants to offer me a production deal. Sure. And then management deal. And then one guy says he wants me to listen to another band, another demo. And I'm like, why? I guess he wanted to record me.
And he wanted you to meet them maybe or something.
Yeah, I don't know. Right. I think he's like, he wants me to listen to the production. So he's going to produce me as a singer-songwriter.
Right. He's pitching himself.
I thought so.
All right.
So the producer gives me this demo and I listen to it. And after the weekend, I'm like, hey, it's not bad. Like I can play the songs. I'm a limited guitar player-ish, closet singer-songwriter guy. Yep. And when he tells me on the phone, like he goes, yeah, how would you like to audition as a guitar player for this band? I'm like, wait, what?
And there it is.
It was weird.
And there it is. Were you scared? Did you want to do it?
I was petrified. Yeah. And I did not look at myself as, even though I was in a couple cover bands, I was hosting a coffee house. Right. Playing acoustic and then bringing on like Cedric, the tarot leaf card reader, poetry guy. Right, right. It was crazy.
Puppet show. Yeah.
Puppet shows, which I would put on too.
Okay. Let's not talk about that.
What?
Go on.
So that's like the long story, and it is.
So you auditioned.
I don't know if I want the job. Right. And this is the second learning moment of the show. Is there was a proverbial door over my head, and I'm sitting answering phones, and it's rainy. A friend of mine's mom died, and I'm like, I don't want to go audition as a guitar player. They're going to laugh, make fun of me, and I'm not going to get the job. And then the white door is like, should I go through the light? Do you take a chance and get out of your comfort zone? And I'm like, the worst thing that happens is I just go back to answering phones again. Sure. Do it, Adam. Just try to take a chance and do something you wouldn't normally do. I said I would. Took me 3 days. Yeah. Said I would. Drove up to Orlando. Went to bed that night by myself in a Motel 6. Petrified. Right, sure. Woke up the next day, craziest true story on Mother's grave, to my clock radio going off, which is something you used to use back in the day. And I'm nervous when as soon as it goes off, it's showtime. The guys are picking me up, singer and producer. And it's Bob Marley on my clock radio on my mom's grave saying, don't worry about a thing. Every little thing's gonna be all right. And I'm just like, I sat in bed with my eyes closed and I started to smile. Right. And from that moment on, in any moment of my career, Tonight Show, Today's Show, Conan, Leno, Good Morning America, I don't care what I did, I never got nervous. Right. I just always knew that no matter what the deal was, I'm going to be composed. I always think of that stupid moment. And like, who doesn't love Bob Marley? But that wasn't like my guy. Yeah. And I was just like, but I woke up to him singing. So I meet Rob Thomas. I meet the producer.
How many songs do you play? How many songs?
We get along. 3-song audition.
Okay.
They audition other people.
Sure.
Call me back. I get a second audition.
Right.
I get a call. I guess this is all within 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
Same song, second time?
I don't even remember.
Okay.
Probably the same stuff.
Okay.
And then basically the end of the story is we go to they ask me if I want to be a member.
Right.
They have 3 original guys from another band in Orlando.
Sure. Yeah.
I become the 4th. And then we go to Atlanta, find our other guitar player, Kyle Cook.
This is amazing.
And decide,
this is what you get right here. That's what you get.
And then we try to name our band within a month. And that was a whole other story for a whole other show of how we named Matchbox 20, Matchbox 20.
All right.
That's it. That's like the long story ended.
That's amazing. So, and since then, has life been a big, party, that obviously you've moved on.
Sure.
You're in a different place now. And what are you up to? Are you, tell me about your projects about, you're doing, I've heard crazy stuff, like not even music stuff. You're doing other things. I think
with anything, we kind of have good moments and bad moments. Some days are great. Like you go from this crazy experience of selling out crazy arenas to, this is the big joke, by the way, folks at home. It's a very weird world when you have 50 people taking care of you all day and you're so spoiled. Like you hand someone a note and it says 3 pair of fresh underwear, a goldfish, and a bicycle, and it shows up the next day.
Sure.
It just shows up.
It does.
It's magic.
Yeah.
And then you go and you're done, 10-year career.
Sure.
And you wake up one day and you're standing in line in the post office.
And nobody, It
doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
But because I was humble and older when I joined the band, I kept it. It's pretty easy to make that kind of a transition.
Sure. And do you struggle with anything? Like personally, do you are you a happy guy? Are you okay? So
I think we all go through different things in life. I think not every day is always going to be easy for everybody. I think there's always going to be a grind. I think you have great days. I think you have reflective days. Building a new business and starting Creationville was extraordinarily fun and extraordinary. Like I like to pretend that I'm trying to climb another mountain. Like I got a mountain done and now I'm trying to do another mountain and it's a lot of freaking work.
Right. And I think it's a great platform because Creationville gives you an opportunity to enlighten people as to how people get to where they are in terms of their business, their successes, the path to those successes. And speaking of which, at the end of every show, I see you giving away a really cool plush animal and signing them.
Oh,
and this is obviously another facet of your life. So tell everybody about that.
I'm going to grab my Edgar. This is Edgar. This is Edgar Pingleton. Woo! And as you see in every show, he's the ambassador of really, I like to say, my brand and the company.
Cool.
I wrote a children's book which teaches kids the difference between wishing upon a star and hoping something happens.
Name of the book? And
actually going out and making it happen. It's just going to be called This is Edgar Pingleton. And basically, we love to give him away at the end of each show because I think that 5-year-old kids and 40-year-old professional men can hold him. And realize that he's not, the beauty of him, people ask, and I'm not going to tell you what's wrong with him, but I will tell you that he's not perfect. And it's cool to give and receive unconditional love from something that's not perfect.
That's amazing.
And that's Edgar Pingleton. We'll get into him another show. We'll talk to him.
Edgar's the best.
Thank you for asking about it.
I have an Edgar.
I know. Well, you're my guy. Of course you have.
I love Edgar.
So I mean, that's pretty much, I know this is a weird show. And again, for those of you at home, the 8th show, that's Ocho in Spanish. I learned that about this one, by the way. Ocho, it's going to be Randy's show. And we're going to, I mean, there's a lot I'm going to ask him.
Woo!
I have a lot to talk to you about.
I'm not going to tell you anything.
No, I do.
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah.
Oh my God. So I just want to, we're going to wrap this up, I think.
Yeah.
Yep. And,
oh, you know what?
What?
Okay. Nobody can see it, but I get to see it every show. And I'm not sure if it's just, your security blanket or something you just like to have as a good luck charm, but you always have an acoustic guitar sitting at the side of it's over here. Are you just teasing me personally?
It's a noodler. I bring it with me because you never know if song's going to break out.
All right. Well, break out something then. Prove it. Well, I don't even think you can play guitar.
Can I play? So I'm going to play a song on the 4th show. That'd be a creepy, fun little thing to do.
That would be amazing.
Really?
Yeah. Would you do that?
I would love to.
It's not going to be about me, though, right?
All my songs are actually about you.
Yeah, I knew it.
Is that weird?
It is so weird.
Randy. So I have my little noodle guy over here.
Show us.
That sounds like a whole other show. The show and tell, Randy and Adam's show and tell show. So I keep the guitar because I like to play in between our, we have a couple shows and some downtime.
This is amazing.
And now I'm all like on the spot.
Please,
this is like the first performance podcast history.
Is it harder playing for a small crowd or a few people than
so uncomfortable right
20,000?
now.
Okay.
Extremely uncomfortable.
Especially the fact that I'm staring at you in a judgmental way.
Igor Cam. She's looking at her dad. You're the best. You are the best. You're going to listen to a song? All right, we're going to do it together.
All right.
So I guess I'll do a closing thing.
Do it. I'm going to step away a little bit. Let you take it.
Don't have to give a lot of lessons. We already gave a lot of lessons
I think
today.
so.
I think so.
Yeah.
Just remember the general lessons about keeping your horsey blinders on. Look straight ahead. Try to be accountable to yourself. Remember, there's a lot of noise out there. This is your journey. If success were easy, we'd all be successful. And I have no doubt, Randy, that we can all do this together because that's what we're doing. Are we queuing something fun up?
Just something behind you while you say, because I like this. I like what you're saying.
I love that, dude.
Yeah.
So I'm going to play the show out.
Yeah.
It'll be a weird out thing.
Yeah.
But I'll give you my my little signature.
Yeah.
Which I love. I like my signature.
Do it.
So, hey, man, that's showbiz. You know what I did? I screwed up our signature.
It's okay. Your signature is better than what you just did.
It's better than the show.
Yeah.
Well, I want to thank everybody for watching this show very much. Thank you for the music cue. Yep. And that's Showbiz, everybody. We're in Hollywood. I'm Adam Gaynor. And this was Creationville. And now we're going to do a really weird musical performance. Hope you enjoy. It's a song called Stuck, a dysfunctional love song. Thank you. I sit around and watch myself slowly taking over. The man that I ought to be, and I said fine. I'm sick of thinking of her. I'm sick of thinking, oh well. I close my eyes. I don't wanna wake up. I'd just rather be stuck anywhere than face one more night alone. 'Cause I've been so lost inside. She does that to me sometimes. Just like that, I'm colossal and courageous. A gleam in a mother's eye, I don't see fire. I think I might have loved her, I think it might be over. But I put an end to that, and now she sees everything, she looks right through me. And I don't wanna wake up, I'd just rather be stuck anywhere than face one more night alone. 'Cause I've been so lost inside. She does that to me, and now she's telling me she wanna see a supersonic human with the quantitative reasoning and attitude, Mr. Hyde. Come on, you're surely blind. You suffer in delusions like a catatonic cause with a Dr. Jekyll smiles and a sweet little innocent smile. It's always worth a try. The man that I ought to be, and I said